Hi, evening all. Hopefully you can hear me. I put the round one up on now. So just so that you can see me, I will do this. Hello, evening all. I'm in the bottom of your screen today. Yeah, just so there you go. There's round one. You can start working on those. And as I said, that's an extra round tonight. And then we'll do the normal 4 rounds and some pictures in the middle. So just I'll leave you to do that for a while. So just because I'm wearing my whatever it says, Merry Christmas. I can make myself bigger, but it takes out all the words. That's better, isn't it? That you can't see me now at all. Anyway, I'll leave you to do that for a few minutes and I will come back on shortly. Then we go. Bye. You'll be able to hear me, but you can't see me. Is that such a bad thing? I'll take this one down, I'll bring it back up again, see if that helps. You can't get into the telly. It came up on that, didn't it? Yeah. It's the signal. There you go. Song title. Hello? I'm just live on YouTube doing a quiz. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to go in, you can do it if you like. Just go on to PK Churchdown quiz on YouTube. You'll find it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Bye. Yeah. That probably came through on. That would have come through on here. No. Well, I didn't have a chance. Has anyone seen Phil? Somebody asked. Yeah, here I am. Back down in the bottom of your screen. As I said, this is round one tonight, extra round. So these are lyrics from either Christmas songs or a couple of Christmas carols. Just need the title. So a little bit, just something extra. But I thought I'd put this one on first because it might take a bit of time, and as people are joining in, they can do it as they join in. Some of them are fairly straightforward. One or two of them are a little bit more obscure, but that's part of the quiz. Some of you may get all 10. I'm sure they're not too bad. Anyway, cheers. It's Carling night tonight. Nice of you all to be joining in. So I have to keep switching between channels. Julian, Mick. Can't see anything. What? Can't see anything. Can anyone see anything? Yeah, it's my new Quizmasters app. Just so as we've probably got a couple of stragglers, I'll give between 10 and quarter past. We'll give the answers and we'll then move on to the quiz tonight. But just thought, as it was Christmas, just to get you all in that wonderful Christmas mood. I can't play Christmas music because YouTube don't let me without taking me off air if I play something that they don't like or I haven't paid any royalties for. So the best way to do these is try and sing them, which I can't do, so I won't. No, you won't be able to hear anything, so I put it on mute so that it gave you a few minutes to listen. I'm not saying anything. Yeah, it's probably best that you don't hear me. Not for a while, anyway. I'll give you another 2 or 3 minutes on these, and then we'll get on with the, the reading of some questions. There is a sort of Christmassy, wintry theme as such tonight. So if Dave's wanting to volunteer to sing, the good thing is you can't hear him. Wonder he's not out caroling or something. Or no, it's Liz, isn't it? Not Carol. You're going to love tonight's quiz then, Scott. That's all I can say. There's a fair bit of stuff that you don't like in it. Okay. Hi, Chris. Nice to join us. Yeah. I'll leave these up if you only just joined in, but just another, yeah. I'll give you a couple of minutes, Chris, because they've been up here a little while. If you want to just go through the lyrics on the screen, and then we'll start at 8:15 for the rest of it. So just give you 2-3 minutes. All right. Another couple of minutes, just for those who just joined. Had a few problems with whatever linking in. So, and then we'll get going. Meanwhile, I'll keep drinking my Carlin. Trust the festive cheer is getting into people. Ho, ho, ho. As usual, Anne will be here tonight. She's done an answer sheet for us. So just ping your scores through at the end of it. Self-mark, whatever you get, it's not a problem. From 1 to 10. But mine's probably going to be low. Only because I know the answers. Is everybody getting? Yeah. All right then. I think it's time for some answers. Let's take those off the screen. And let's see if we can find some answers. There we go. So the answers to the music. So the first one was Mary's Boy Child. The second one was O Little Town of Bethlehem. The third one, It's Beginning to Look Like Christmas by the one and only Michael Bublé, I do believe. Stop the Cavalry, Joanna Louis, was number 4. Number 5 was Merry Christmas Everyone by Slade. 6, Once in Royal David City. 7, that one that's been banned by somewhere along the line, one of the radio stations banned, Fairy Tale of New York. 8, won't be the same without putting a Cliff Richard song in, would it? Mistletoe and Wine. 9, Little Drummer Boy. And 10, White Christmas, the thing that we all dream of. So Mary's Boy Child, Little Town of Bethlehem. It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. Stop the Cavalry. Merry Christmas Everyone. Once in Royal David City. Fairy Tale of New York. Mistletoe and Wine, Little Drummer Boy, White Christmas. Ping your scores through on the live feed, and we'll put them in. Right, round 1. You just have to excuse me a minute while I try and do something. Technology, eh? Now you can see how bad I really look. Okay, let's move on then to round 1, question number 1. Which ex-footballer and film star currently advertises Brute on TV? Which ex-footballer and film star currently advertises Brute on TV? Many years ago, it was the old Henry Splash It All Over, but someone else is doing it now. Just for you, Scott. Number 2. In the 12 days of Christmas, what did my true love give to me on the 6th and the 9th day? So half a point for each. So in the 12 days of Christmas, what did my true love give to me on the 6th and the 9th days of Christmas?
Date 9 or 10. He sent me 1 through 9 and 1 through 10.
I'll give him 9, he'll soon complain. Question number 3. What has Tom Bradby presented on TV since 2015? What has Tom Bradby, B-R-A-D-B-Y, presented on TV since 2015? And as a clue, he's on the same time every night. Ish. Question number 4. Which single-digit motorway connects Edinburgh with Glasgow? Which single-digit motorway connects Edinburgh with Glasgow? Question number 5. Which Channel island bans cars from its streets, Sark or Alderney? So question 5. Which Channel island bans cars from its streets? Is it Sark or Alderney? Uh-oh. Sorry, the cat's just come in. I'm tempted to jump all over the computers, given half a chance. Question number 6. Born in 1736, which Scottish engineer gave his name to a unit of power? Born in 1736, which Scottish engineer gave his name to a unit of power? Question number 7 for all those intellectuals out there. What colour is Homer Simpson's car? Question 7. What colour is Homer Simpson's car? As you can see, Chris, it's so intellectual you wish you never joined now. Question 8. In which county is Stansted Airport? Question 8. In which county is Stansted Airport? Question number 9, Phil. Anchorman, the legend of Ron Burgundy, is about what profession? So, Phil, Anchorman, the legend of Ron Burgundy, is about what profession? And finally, lyrics of the song. I'm sure you never heard this one before, but it's I saw the light on the night that I passed by a window. I saw the flickering shadows of love on her blind. Which song? So lyrics, I saw the light on the night that I passed by her window. I saw the flickering shadows of love on her blind. So that was round 1, and hopefully, if I've got it right, here we go. So here we are. Recap on the screen. Which ex-footballer and film star currently advertises Brute? 12 Days of Christmas, what did my true love give to me on the 6th and 9th days? What has Tom Bradby presented on TV since 2015? Which single-digit motorway connects Edinburgh with Glasgow? Which Channel Islands banned cars from its streets, Sark or Alderney? Born in 1736, which Scottish engineer gave his name to a unit of power? 7. What colour is Homer Simpson's car? 8. In which county is Stansted Airport? 9. Anchorman, the legend of Ron Burgundy, is about what profession? And 10. I saw the light on the night that I passed by a window. I saw the flickering shadows of love on a blind. Are the lyrics from which song? I'll give you 30 seconds or a minute or so just to, now you've seen them and not heard my dulcet tones, so that you can Lafroig. Right, okie dokie then. Let's see if we can find some answers to this one. So, go then. Round two. Round two. Which ex-footballer and film star currently advertises Brute? That's Vinnie Jones. 6 geese a laying and 9 ladies dancing are the two, so it's half a point for each. Tom Bradby is the News at 10 presenter, has been since 2015. M8 links Edinburgh with Glasgow. Sark bans cars from its streets, can't have any vehicles in Sark at all. Ordinarily, there are some vehicles, buses, I think. James Watt was the Scottish engineer that gave his name to a unit of power. What colour is Homer Simpson's car? It's pink. In which county is Stansted Airport? It's Essex. Anchorman, the legend of Ron Burgundy, is about what profession? He's a newsman. Anchorman being pretty much what Tom Bradby is on News at 10. And finally, of course, the lyrics is from Delilah by Tom Jones, as opposed to Delilah by Dave Jones, which somewhat sounds different, I think. Sorry, Dave. I'm sure you'll accept that, though. Okay. Let's put me back on the screen. Hopefully ping your scores through. And let's just do that. That's a bit better. I haven't got a border. Okie dokie then. Ping them through and we'll add them onto the scores. Right. Round 3. It's a couple of things around this time of year, but basically all things that happen maybe in December through the years, dating back, so a bit of a history round on December in some ways, apart from... Right. Okay. Anne's poised, so looks like I gather all the scores are coming through. With loads of comments, by the way, she's smiling. So I can't see them because I'm on a different screen. So I have to keep swapping every now and again. Anyway, all right then, let's move on with round 3. It's a very famous company. Which company has for many years used the holidays are coming to advertise its drinks brand? If you think about it, you'll see this this advert on your screen every year with a big entourage of some description. Anyway, question 1. Which company has for many years used the holidays are coming to advertise its drinks brand? Question 2. In 2014, Sainsbury's released their Christmas advert depicting what event from 100 years earlier? So in 2014, Sainsbury's released their Christmas advert depicting what event from 100 years earlier? So all of those who don't like maths, take 100 off of 2014 and see what you get. And then Sainsbury's made an advert about it. Question number 3. Which famous novelist who died in December 1894 wrote The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? So which famous novelist who died in December 1894 wrote The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Sorry, just checking that cat don't attack me. Question number 4. Born in December 1963, what did Michael Edwards become known as after the Winter Olympics of 1988? So born in December 1963, what did Michael Edwards become known as after the Winter Olympics of 1988? Question number 5. Who became Lord Protector of the Commonwealth of England in December 1653? Question 5. Who became Lord Protector of the Commonwealth of England in December 1653? Question 6. Which ship, although only slightly damaged, was found abandoned near the Azores in December 1872? So which ship, although only slightly damaged, was found abandoned near the Azores in December 1872? Question number 7. December 1947 saw the dedication of which US national park in Florida? December 1947 saw the dedication of which US national park in Florida? Question 8. In 1897, which city was the first to host licensed taxi cabs? Was it London or New York? So in 1897, which city was the first in the world to host licensed taxi cabs? London or New York? Question 9. What is the name of the world's longest running soap opera first broadcast in December 1960? What is the name of the world's longest running soap opera first broadcast in December 1960? Question number 10. When it comes up on the screen, I think it's slightly worded wrong, but on the high street, two major brands recently announced they were closing their doors. One's Debenhams, what's the other? And it was a group. So on the high street, two major brands announced they were closing their doors. One was Debenhams. What was the other one? And it was a group name, which included Topshop and some of the others. Okay. Let's.
Dave said the cat made the dogs bark.
The cat made the dog. Yeah, the cat always does that, even if they are a mile away, Dave. Okay. Round 2? No, that's round 3. That's where we go wrong. Let's try that one. Here we go then. So quick recap on the questions. Which company has many used the holidays are coming to advertise its drinks brand? In 2014, Sainsbury's released their Christmas advert depicting what event from 100 years earlier? Question 3. Which famous novelist died in 1894, wrote The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? 4. Born in December 1963, what did Michael Edwards become known as after the Winter Olympics of 1988? 5. Who became Lord Protector of the Commonwealth of England in December 1653? Question 6. Which ship, although only slightly damaged, was found abandoned near the Azores in December 1872? Question 7. December 1947 saw dedication of which US national park in Florida? 8. In December 1897, which city was the first in the world to host licensed taxi cabs, London or New York? Question 9. What is the name of the world's longest running soap opera first broadcast in December 1960? I said the last one's worded slightly wrong on the screen, but On the high street, two major brands announced they were closing their doors. One was Debenhams and the Topshop brand. Can you name the other? But that Topshop brand is in the other name. It's just the way that I didn't delete part of it. One was Debenhams. Can you name the other? Unfortunately, I can't delete these because they have to be on JPEG to get onto the system. So I'll give you a minute on those. Just while I'm on, I hope your screen's not too bad. There's 10 pictures the next round. Just while you're doing that, the first 5 are cities in the UK, and the last 5 are cities in the world. Hopefully, there's enough in there that you can see them. If you've got them on a television, so much the better. Anyway, enough rattling on. Let's give you some answers for round 3. Hopefully, so all my things are numbered differently. Here we go then. Which company has many years used the holidays are coming to advertise its drink brand? Is Coca-Cola, with all the entourage of the red lorries coming in. So 2014, Sainsbury's released an advert depicting what event? It was the truce on Christmas Day, football, anything to do with truce or whatever. You know that. Robert Louis Stevenson wrote The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Michael Evers, of course, became known as Eddie the Eagle after the Winter Olympics. Question 5. Oliver Cromwell became Lord Protector of England in 1653. The Mary Celeste was the ship that was found abandoned in December 1872. The US National Park in Florida is the Everglades. London became the first city in the world to host licensed taxi cabs back in 1897. Of course, Coronation Street is the world's longest soap opera, first broadcast in 1960. And the other group is Arcadia. So Debenhams, the Topshop brand bit in there was just a mistype on my account, which is quite usual, really. It wouldn't be the same if there wasn't something wrong in the... Okay, you got me back. Hopefully it's going okay. Anne's busily writing with her pen. Okay, so I said pictures. What I've found on the internet is 10 pictures of cities at Christmas time. And basically just want to know. The first 5 are all in Britain. The last 5 are through the world. So I'm going to put those up on your screen now. And I will then disappear off and put myself on mute for 5 minutes or so while you try and work them out. So there we go. 10 cities. First 5, as I said, are so just a city. Don't need to know where they are particularly. Hopefully you can see them, but 10 cities throughout the world. And good luck with those. But
bottom two of Steve. And
Just to interrupt you, I gather the scores are all looking very close tonight, which is good. Good bit of competition for the normal prize of nothing, apart from a Merry Christmas from Anne, and probably a glass of whiskey from me. Right, I'll shut up again now. Oh yeah, I was on mute. That's- Do you want those answers again? No, I'm sure you read them all.
No, we can.
Yeah, you're all right. You could see my lips move, but nothing was happening. It's probably the best way. Sorry about that. The next round would have been interesting. You could, all those that can lip read would have been all right. The rest of you wouldn't have had a hope in hell. Okay, so round 5 tonight. Remember, we've got 2 more rounds for those of you. Just so, round 5 is answer the first 9 questions, and then I'll ask you to do something on the 10th based on the first 9 questions. So, question number 1. Which of Santa's reindeer has a name that means lightning in German? Which of Santa's reindeer has a name that means lightning in German? Question 2. Which comedy duo starred in the 1934 movie version of Babes in Toyland? Which comedy duo starred in the 1934 movie version of Babes in Toyland? Question 3. What alcoholic drink is added to lemonade to make a snowball? Well, lemonade and lime, really, but what alcoholic drink is added to lemonade to make a snowball?
Dave Jones is frozen, so he said he's going to drop out.
Oh, okay.
His screen's frozen.
Reboot it, Dave. Didn't reboot it. Question number 4. Which cake, popular at Christmas, has a festival in its honour every year at Dresden, where a giant example is baked? Which cake, popular at Christmas, has a festival in its honour every year at Dresden, where a giant example is baked? Question 5. In which city did ice skaters Torvill and Dean win Olympic gold with their Bolero dance? In which city did ice skaters Torvill and Dean win Olympic gold with their Bolero dance? Question 6. Who was the presenter on Deal or No Deal? Question 6. Who was the presenter on Deal or No Deal? Question number 7. What is the name of the snowman in the Disney movie Frozen? What is the name of the snowman in the Disney movie Frozen? Question 8. What's the name of Aladdin's brother? What's the name of Aladdin's brother? Question number 9. What was the 1968 Christmas #1 by The Scaffold? Number 9. What was the 1968 Christmas #1 by The Scaffold? And number 10. Take the first letter of each answer and rearrange them to find something wintry. So question 10. Take the first letter of each answer and rearrange them to find something wintry. So let's put these up on the screen. So, okay. Which of Santa's reindeer that means lightning in German? Question 2. Which comedy duo starred in the 1934 movie Babes in Toyland? Question 3. What alcoholic drink is added to lemonade to make a snowball? Question 4. Which cake, sorry, I'm laughing at something. Question 4. Which cake, popular at Christmas, has a festival in its honour every year at Dresden, where a giant example is baked? Question 5. In which city did ice skaters Torvill and Dean win Olympic gold with their bolero dance? Question 6. Who was the presenter on Deal or No Deal? Question 7. What is the name of the snowman in the Disney movie Frozen? Question 8. What is the name of Aladdin's brother? Question 9. What was the 1968 Christmas #1 by the Scaffold? And finally, question 10. Take the first letter of each answer and rearrange them to find something wintry. And you'll see why I was laughing in a minute. Some of you may have not spotted it. Okay, sorry, switching screens just to type to you. Okay, let's have some answers. Let's just bring me back on screen a minute while we change over. Okay, round 5. Here we go with some answers then. And you'll see why I was laughing. No, wrong one. Don't think I've got the answers. Or have we? Here we go then. Answers to these ones. So, which of Saints means lightning in German? That's Blitzen. Laurel and Hardy with the duo who starred in Babes in Toyland. One alcoholic drink is added to lemonade to make snowball. Avocado, and you'll see, obviously, if you've got the answer, you'll see why. Question 4, the answer is Stollen, is the cake in Germany. Question 5, Sarajevo was where Torvill and Dean won Olympic gold. Noel Edmonds was, of course, the presenter on Deal or No Deal. Olaf was the snowman in the Disney movie Frozen. Wishy Washy is Aladdin's brother. Lily the Pink was the record by the Scaffold that went to #1 in 1968. And if you rearrange the first letter of it, you get snowballs. And if you notice, question 3, what alcoholic drink is added to lemonade to make a snowball? That was just pure stupidity as usual on my part. But there you go. So hopefully if you've rearranged some of those, you've managed to get 10. So hopefully it wasn't too difficult that round. My partner in crime will be here in a moment to take your scores as they come through. Blank screen, best bet for you. And there's me. Okay, so moving on to your last round tonight, and then that'll be my lot for a while. So we're going to end it with things that happened this year. It's all in sort of fairly much in chronological order. But so here we go then. Question number 1. Whose 1966 painting, The Splash, sold for £23.1 million at auction in London? at the beginning of this year. So as I said, they're all things that happened this year. So question 1, who was the artist whose 1966 painting, sorry, The Splash, sold for 23.1 million at auction in London? Question number 2. Sadly, Kirk Douglas died on February the 5th, but he lived to a ripe old age. How old was he when he died? So sadly, Kirk Douglas died on February the 5th. He lived to a ripe old age. How old was he when he died? Question 3. The 2020 Summer Olympics are postponed until next year. In which city were they due to take place this year? So question 3. The 2020 Summer Olympics are postponed until next year. In which city were they due to take place? Question number 4. In April, the contactless payment limit for in-store spending is raised to how much? So in April, the contactless payment limit for in-store spending was raised to how much? And is still current today. So that was 4. It wouldn't be the same if I didn't mention Dominic Cummings, really, would it? So, should all know this one. Question 5. Which small market town came to national attention when Dominic Cummings was discovered to have driven there to test his eyesight? It's the only time he ever found it. He didn't know where it was after that. And since he's left, he probably doesn't need to test his eyes anymore. Anyway, question 5. Which small market town came to national attention when Dominic Cummings was discovered to have driven there to test his eyesight? Question 6. Which footballer wrote an open letter to the government calling on them to end child poverty in the UK? So question 6. Which footballer wrote an open letter to the government calling on them to end child poverty in the UK? Also pioneered for school lunches. Question number 7. It's been around since 1973, but which store catalogue will no longer be printed? So question 7. It's been around since 1973, but which store catalogue will no longer be printed? Question number 8. On Saturday the 17th of October, the release of which coin made the headlines as it had the slogan, "Diversity Built Britain" on it? So, question 8. On Saturday 17th of October, the release of which coin made the headlines as it had the slogan, "Diversity Built Britain" on it? Two more to go tonight, and then I'll be getting off your screens and you can go back to your normal lives. Question 9. Michael Gove made tabloid news by saying what food item was definitely a substantial meal. I think we should all know this one by now. So question 9. Michael Gove made tabloid news by saying what food item was definitely a substantial meal. And finally, your last question tonight. Sadly, Davis Prowse passed away before portraying Darth Vader. What sort of man was he in a public information campaign aimed at children? So sadly, David Prowse passed away before portraying Darth Vader. What sort of man was he in a public information campaign aimed at children? So we will bring those up on the screen, hopefully. I haven't got it wrong right at the end. So here we go then. Final 10. Tonight. Whose 1966 painting The Splash sold for 23.1 million at auction in London. Kirk Douglas passed away on February the 5th. How old was he when he died? The 2020 Summer Olympics postponed until next year. Which city were they due to take place in? 4 in April, the contactless payment limit for in-store spending was raised to how much? Question 5. Which small market town came to national attention when Dominic Cummings is discovered to have driven there to test his eyesight? Which footballer wrote an open letter to the government calling on the end of child poverty? It's been around since 1973, but what scorecard will not be printed anymore? Which store? On Saturday, 17th of October, the release of which coin made the headlines as it had the slogan "Diversity Build Britain" on it. Michael Gove made tabloid news by saying which food item was definitely a substantial meal. And finally, who was David Prowse in a campaign aimed at children? I'm sure people got those. Let's ping me back up on the screen. Let's get rid of those. And here we go then, final answers tonight. And then I'll be away and you can get back to your lovely lives. So here we go then. Here's our answers. I can't get the bottom answer on. Anyway, so the question 1, the painting The Splash sold, that was David Hockney. Kirk Douglas died on February 5th. He lived to the ripe old age of 103. The 2020 Summer Olympics were due to be held in Tokyo. £45 was the contactless payment, and it still is at the moment. Of course, Dominic Cummings drove to Barnard Castle. The footballer who wrote the open letter on child poverty was Marcus Rashford. Argos will no longer be printing their catalogues. The 50p coin had Diversity Built Britain on it, and it came into controversy, made the headlines by having that on it. Number 9, obviously it was a Scotch egg by Michael Gove. And finally, it was the Green Cross Code Man that Dave Prowse had an alternative to Darth Vader. Okay, so that's all your answers for tonight. Ping them through and we'll put the final scores together and we'll see how well everybody did. Take my stupid hat off now. I know I don't look any different. It's actually quite warm. Anyway, so that's the end of quizzes for the moment. I can't do next week, as I said, just purely because there's so much work on. Depending on what happens with tomorrow's announcement on lockdown, etc., then I'll be in touch as to when I'll do the next one. I've obviously got you all on text or email, so I'll ping something out. I might, certainly, if I can, I might do one between Christmas and New Year, depending on what's happening. I am around, but I'm not promising anything on that one. If not, I think probably we'll be back in some sort of lockdown back in January, so I'll be back on your screens probably from pretty much the first Tuesday in January, if you want it. If you don't, just write me text it, "Get out of here, Kirk, you're useless," or something like that. Anyway, Anne's busily preparing the final scores for tonight. Trust it's not been too bad for you. And for Chris joining in for the first time, hopefully we haven't put you off. So yeah. Hope you all have a good Christmas. I know it's going to be a little bit different this year. I'm not sure where we can go. I don't think. I think it could be a bit of a U-turn tomorrow. You never know. That the 5 days of Christmas might not be happening. Just don't know what way they're going to play it. Whatever happens, they'll blame the British public and not the government. So Anne's just quickly running down, who's just making sure that things are right and that I'm in order, which is very unlikely to get me in order. Yeah, thanks Chris for joining. Thanks everybody for joining in. I'd say the last few weeks have been enjoyable. Okay, So if I can look at this, right? So there's no, there's sort of looks like there's some sevens and some sixes, and I can't. So tonight, Andy had 39.5 points. Then with 43.5 points, we had Mick. Then on 44, we had Jill and Bernie and Chris. On 44.5 points, we had Linda. That was in fourth place. In third place, with 47 points, we had Scott. In second place, well done, Steve, 47.5 points. And Julian, well done, Julian, 54 points. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Have a lovely, lovely Christmas and New Year. As I say, I will be in touch with everybody to let you know when we're reconvening, if we are reconvening. Anyway, thanks a lot. Good night. Have a good Christmas. And all I can say is cheers, everybody. And that's the end of tonight's stream. Good night and take care. Stay safe. Bye.